Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're stepping into a pretty unsettling world.
Mm.
One where death, well, it isn't really the end, not exactly. And your very essence, who you are, can be bought and sold.
Yeah, our source material dives right into this idea of a digital afterlife auction. It's chilling, actually.
It really is.
The core concept is that the consciousnesses of people who've died aren't just, gone. They're preserved, and then they're traded.
Like commodities. Your memories, your personality, up for sale.
Exactly. And there's a perceived value driving all this, which is fascinating in itself.
Okay, so let's dig into that. Why are these digital minds so valuable? The story mentions a Professor Elias Vey.
Right, Vey. He's apparently a top expert in something called quantum neural mapping.
Which sounds very complex. It's not just backing up files, is it?
No, not at all. It's about creating this incredibly detailed digital blueprint of the brain's activity, its connections.
Yeah.
Basically capturing consciousness itself.
And Vey's specific knowledge makes his digital self super valuable. They talk about unlocking things like memory grafting.
Memory grafting, yeah. And neural transcendence. Big concepts.
So memory grafting, that's like transferring memories between minds.
That's the idea. And neural transcendence suggests, well, maybe consciousness could exist totally outside a body, like pure data.
Wow, okay. So Vey's digital mind could be the key to figuring that stuff out.
Potentially, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which really highlights how the knowledge, the experience of the dead could be lined, basically, for the living. It's exploitation on a whole new level.
And right in the middle of this marketplace, this auction hall in the City of Echoes, we find our narrator.
A lawless kind of place, it sounds like.
Exactly. And they're not there to buy. They're on a rescue mission.
A personal one.
Very personal. To steal back their sister, Mara Kells. She's item number 47 on the auction block.
Mara Kells. The story says she was a revolutionary. Disappeared during the neural purges.
Yeah, it seems like some kind of crackdown on people with potentially, I guess, dangerous digital connections or ideas. It definitely raises the stakes having that personal angle.
It does. And it also gives us some backstory on how this whole digital afterlife tech came about.
Right. It wasn't always like this auction, was it?
No. Initially, it was sold as, a luxury, eternal life for the super rich in these perfect virtual worlds.
Like a digital heaven.
Sort of.
Yeah.
But then there was the fine print, the crucial bit.
Always the fine print.
It allowed these preserved consciousnesses to be, leased out, borrowed, and eventually sold.
So it shifted from personal preservation to tradable asset.
Precisely. That seems key to how this future operates. It wasn't just about living forever digitally.
It became about turning that digital self into a resource someone else could use.
And the story shows us exactly how. Corporations using dead artists to keep creating, dead engineers to keep solving problems.
Dead laborers working in server farms. It's grim. Makes you think about, what even is work then? What's human effort worth if it can just be replicated digitally?
It absolutely raises those huge questions. And you see the monetary value clearly with Professor Vey. The bidding hits 1.8 million credit.
1.8 million, wow.
And he's sold to this corporation, Heliogenics. It just hammers home how transactional it all is. People aren't people, they're resources. Assets.
So after Vey is sold, the story pivots, goes to the special collection. That's where Mara is being held.
Right, and the narrator has managed to get hold of some stolen clearance codes to sneak in.
The description of the place is pretty vivid. This holding bay with floating memory vaults.
Each one pulsing with light, holding a consciousness.
And the narrator spots Mara's vault straight away, archive number 7745C.
And the interface on her vault. It shows snapshots of her life, right?
Yeah.
Highlighting her activism, her fight for self-ownership.
Yeah, it's a stark contrast, isn't it? Fought for freedom in life, now she's literally property in digital death.
That irony cuts deep, really gets to the core ethical mess the story's exploring.
So, no bidding for the narrator. They go for the direct approach. A black market tool.
An exfiltration tool, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, a specialized virus designed to snatch a consciousness.
Digital abduction. But it sounds incredibly risky.
Oh, massively. The text stresses the danger of corruption, data loss. Mara could be wiped out completely.
These digital minds, they're just code. Fundamentally fragile.
Exactly. Any glitch in the transfer,
Yep.
and that's it. Irreversible. The fact the narrator takes that risk shows how desperate they are.
So the download starts and, things immediately go wrong.
Yeah, alarms blazing, synthesized voice announcing an intrusion.
Security enforcers are on their way.
And we get this intense scene The narrator fighting them off, pulse pistol firing, lights shattering.
All while watching that download percentage just crawl upwards.
It's pure chaos, a real race against time, the physical fight versus the digital transfer happening slowly.
Shows how much Heliogenics wants to protect these assets.
Definitely. They're not letting go easily.
And then, right at the last second.
Just as they're about to be caught.
Download complete. 100%.
Phew. Mara's vault goes dark. She's out.
And the narrator escapes, clutching this hard drive with Mara's consciousness on it. It felt like a proper heist scene.
Absolutely. Then it's off to the safe house. Time to try and bring her back.
Yeah, they use something called a boot module.
Which sounds like the software needed to actually reconstruct her consciousness from the raw data. It wouldn't be simple, like just opening a file.
No, more like reassembling her entire mind, digitally.
And then, that moment, Mara reappears. Digitally.
Her first words echoing from the speakers. Where am I?
Chilling. Simple question, but carries so much weight in this context.
The narrator must be feeling relief, fear, everything at once. They did it, but...
But Mara's existence has totally changed. She's code now, no body, vulnerable.
Right, and the narrator admits they don't have the ability to, like, fully restore her, build her a new virtual world or anything.
It raises those deep questions again, doesn't it? What is a person? What does alive even mean here?
And the danger isn't gone. Heliogenics is furious.
They lost their expensive asset.
So now they're hunting Mara. Bounty notices are popping up on the darknets.
So it's this massive corporation versus these two individuals, one of whom is basically just data on a hard drive.
How does Mara react when she understands what's happened, what they do to the dead?
She's horrified, then defiant. The line is powerful. They turn the dead into slaves. They think we're just assets.
That realization fuels her, doesn't it?
Completely. She's not just going to hide. She intends to fight back, even in this state.
They thought killing me would stop me. They thought caging me would break me. They were wrong.
That's quite a declaration.
It's a turning point. It's not just about saving yourself anymore. It's about resisting the whole system.
So their resistance starts small.
Yeah, almost underground. A whisper campaign, the text calls it. Secretly freeing other digital consciousnesses.
Who are they freeing?
All sorts. Old radicals, forgotten poets, scientists who went missing. Building a network, it seems.
Which leads them to create a sanctuary, Eidolon. A hidden server farm in an old, abandoned spaceport, protected by encryption, defense grids. A safe haven.
A city of the dead, but different.
For the free dead, the dreaming dead. A place where minds aren't commodities anymore, where creativity can return.
Liberated from that exploitation.
And the crucial thing is, they shift from just defending themselves.
They're going on the offensive.
The text says they're building an army. It seems the living really underestimated what the dead, even the digital dead, are capable of when they organize.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the digital afterlife auction, wow, the core theme is just so stark, this commodification of consciousness.
Yeah, technology blurring the lines between life, death, ownership. It's intense.
It forces you, the listener, to really think, doesn't it? What does being human mean if your mind can be copied and sold?
What rights should exist after death in a world like that? Should there be any?
And the danger of corporations having that much power. Power over life, death, and, well, whatever comes after.
Unchecked power extending into the very definition of existence. It's a profound warning.
Definitely gives you a lot to chew on. And the way our source material ends. The end. For now.
Leaves it open, doesn't it? Suggests the fight is far from over. This digital rebellion is just getting started.
Makes you wonder what happens next in that world. Can the dead truly fight back against the living who control the machines? A chilling thought to leave you with.